Harder Brunch presents Back to Adult Summer Camp.
Sponsored by Upland Brewing and Culinary Crossroads.
August 23rd through the 25th.
We have comedian headliners Kelly Collette and Dwight Simmons.
We got musical acts Draco, Sirius Black, Philosophy of Music, and Tuesday Atlas.
Activities like archery, canoeing, campfire, swimming, crafts. Don't forget to get your tickets at eventbrite.com.
Harder Brunch. Nope, we're not going to say that together, but it's Harder Brunch.
I'm eating brunch with my people though. The homie Dyke just cooked up a feast and we bout to eat it, bro. Fucked around and has to mix the lobster with the poutine. Daddy is rolling blow dream. Them boys got down a routine. It's Naptown culture. Cooking 7 courses. Had to pass the torch and now I'm grabbing second portion. So sit back, relax, grab a drink and a smoke. It's Harder Brunch on the way and get prepared for the jokes. Whoa.
Hi, and welcome to the Harder Brunch Podcast. I'm your host, Dyke Michaels. With me, as always, my co-host, Thaddaeus Mckee.
Slappity pappity wait, wait.
On the ones and twos, the Wheels of Steel, the Sauce Boss of Indianapolis, and the last Bespoke Dragon. Give it up for Zach Rohn, everybody.
Hey!
And a very special returning champion with us. Returning champion with us. He is the co-founder of the Limestone Comedy Festival. He's got a special on YouTube out, Who is the Master? And he's also headlining Adult Summer Camp 2024, comedian Dwight Simmons.
Hey. Thank you, Dyke.
Also, I feel like
You almost got it right.
What?
Co-director.
Co-director.
You can't say co-founder of Limestone is
no.
factually inaccurate.
Okay, co-director.
Yeah. So if you didn't get into the festival for the first 6 years, you blame somebody else.
You didn't land on Plymouth Rock.
But we don't get
Thank you kindly.
You really didn't land on Limestone.
You didn't.
But if you didn't get into it this year, you blame him.
No, that's racist. Don't do that.
Oh.
No, I'm just 1/3. Yeah, I'm just 1/3 of a great team. But yeah, thank you. It's great to be here, man. It's been too long.
You're also on your way to being in the 5 Timers Club.
Oh my gosh.
Is that for real?
Yeah. Oh, I feel like we say that a lot. We don't really mean it, but this one is actually true. There's a 5 Timers Club for After Brunch is a lot easier to get.
Sure.
5 Timers Club for Harder Brunch is rarefied.
Almost impossible.
It's rarefied air.
Is it?
I know this is at least 4, I want to say.
We started out hot. I feel like I was your only guest for like the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And then you're like, let's chill on Dwight until he has something.
Well, so I don't
We've
know.
had 3 different places.
So you were a guest on Walnut Street, and then you came in with Megan one time and kind of took over her episode.
That's not what happened. Don't say that.
So it is like 4.5.
So I don't know. That was in flux.
Kind of like a Justin Timberlake Jimmy Fallon situation.
There was the time we did about a half an episode with you because you got sleepy in the middle.
So that's half?
Oh.
That's 2 halves.
Yeah, that's 2 halves.
So we're counting that. First of all, you guys are fantastic hosts, and me getting sleepy was not entirely my fault.
Well,
No, it was.
How is it my fault?
I mean,
I don't.
do we recount it out loud?
I know who's going to get the blame for this.
I know it's been a long
We'll
time.
save time. Listen to the other episode. We've been over this.
I know it's been a
There's
long
a
time
song
since
about
I've been
it.
back, but he talks now? What the
yeah.
hell happened? When he gets to talk, you just let him speak? That's crazy.
He's not on
Things
camera.
have changed.
He's still a disembodied voice.
Well, we saw what you were doing, like letting White speak on your podcast.
Yes.
So we were like, hey, why don't we get a White to speak?
I think you trying to go viral, you're making the right choices.
There you go.
You're making the right choices.
Oh, I didn't. Matt and Dwight Just Might podcast.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's a good podcast. Let me
Thank
say
you.
this. If you don't like our podcast,
You will not like our podcast.
yeah, you won't like theirs either.
Yeah.
No, listen to their podcast. If you're aspiring comedian, please listen to it. They got good stuff. I learned a lot from it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
For real.
Yeah, we just... It's like, so we're on the road all the time, and people ask us questions and advice, and it's like, hey, what if we just distill this into a easily digestible. I don't know if it's easily digestible because we rant a lot, but it's just like give our experience, give advice to up and coming comedians, or working comedians trying to get to the next level. You know, because we're still trying to figure that shit out too. So.
And I like that you guys talk shit a little bit, like for real.
I mean, that's what comics do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like you're getting into the green room of your green room, and we hear, this is what they actually think.
Yeah,
it's great.
I also think there's a lot if you are. I mean, it's inside baseball if you're not a comedian, but like. Going from even like open micer to someone who gets paid to do a show. Yeah. Like there's a lot you don't know. And then like at every step along the way, there's just stuff. I mean, I hit up you and the people above me all the time and just like, how do I rent a hotel room? Like, how do I do like all this stuff that they just don't tell you how to do. And you got to kind of figure it out.
Man. Yeah. It's like, is it okay to drive 17 hours for $54? And we'll be like, no, but you'll be like, stage time. You said it's the most important resource. I'm putting my dues in. So it's just like, you know, we try to make sure people are weighing the pros and cons of being on the road, especially in the Midwest. There is no roadmap in this very rapidly evolving platform that we're in. You guys know that.
I would say you're the roadmap.
No.
The blueprint.
No.
Part 2.
No. If I was the roadmap, I would have been in the 5-time club already. You know what I mean? I remember when you guys first got this studio, and I was so happy and proud. It was like I remember when you used to care. You know what I mean? Like I came down here, it wasn't dusty. The refrigerator had lights in it. Like you guys had like actual art. You didn't let him talk. You guys gave a shit. Now you've been doing it for a minute. Yeah. And now you got like fucking expired Halloween candy. Sable, I'm like, you got a Santa hat. You don't know what season it is. Season. That's how I know you guys are taking the next level because you
know after you've been married a few years, you just feel comfortable now. You know, you let it all hang out.
Yeah, this is let the belly hang season.
Oh fuck yeah, bro.
And you've been married before.
Still ain't.
All right, that's a good
segment.
Before really does imply something.
Wait a minute, no.
But he has been married before.
No, you gotta.
You were married before. You know,
before and continuously.
Once and still going. Once and still going.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And first of all, I did not take over her episode.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to get her on here to verify that.
She'll verify it.
Wait, you let your wife talk too?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's in my contract. It's in my contract. Yeah, it's I don't know. You can't have me be on a podcast and not just fact check people. That's nuts. Especially her.
Yeah,
she's talking wild shit.
Some wild stuff was happening. Yeah, I need to go back and listen to that episode because it's been years.
I like you guys just said shit without context. Like you just said I got sleepy and not that I got dosed by Thad. Come on! Heavy dosage of mustard. Yeah, Dwight got sleepy and y'all just moved on. You didn't give no context.
Is not what happened.
Listen to the tape.
Sharing is caring.
I said, is this safe? I said, is this going to be safe
to take?
And he said, sure.
And some people just can't handle themselves. You know what I'm saying?
What we need is we probably need a up to minute, like a little ticker fact checker that's going on the bottom of the screen.
Right.
For this whole episode.
Malarkey!
Yeah. For legal reasons, we need to get that out of some situations here.
You're the stupid head.
It was not a gram.
I've seen you swing. I've seen you take drugs. You can't take drugs.
No, I am at least halfway sober.
That's great. Are you still doing your beer tour thing, or did that fail?
That shit's done, bro. That shit's done.
I'm curious.
It turns out
between two firms.
That was fantastic. It turns out the market for black men in beer is not. It's not thriving. It's not high.
Oh man.
And
I think it's more craft beer than anything. Like we did the microbrewers festival this year, and it was just like. It was the smallest one I've ever been to, and it's been kind of declining. And not because they're doing anything bad or different.
Yeah.
It's just Gen Z's not drinking beers like we
They're
did.
not, man. My dude so my favorite brewery, there's this black dude in Winston-Salem. His name's Jerry. He opened up this brewery called Hoots Beer and Roller Bar. This dude is like the most eccentric black dude I've ever met. Like, he brews beer, he skates, and he films like people at skate parks, and he's like a documentarian. And he opened this brewery, and it's like we did a show there, and it was the best shit I've ever done. It was so cool. So I've gone back every year, but even him, he's like, we got a fervent base, but I had to stop brewing beer and just turn it into like an event space because the need or the want is just not there. The desire is not there. Turns out the generations that come after us are a little bit smarter and know that drinking craft beer is very calorie dense. Ozempic can't save everything, you know what I mean? Especially you can't start from a young age. But yeah, man. I still like going to new places and trying craft beer. I'm like, man, this would work if I got it on like Travel Channel. Yeah. But there's no like, what is the demographic? Black people are not watching it. Like, black people don't come to shows. It's like you're a man in a cage for white people eventually, you know, because you're at craft breweries, and it just never hit the black demographic.
You said something very interesting there. Speaking of travel, you are also currently the face of Indiana tourism.
The face.
That's right. I saw that commercial. It was really good. I want to go to Indiana now.
Yeah.
Where are you right now?
Yeah.
They got the Safe Blacks there.
They got the Safe Black. Yeah. Go to French Lick. That's where I was.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. It looks like it, doesn't it?
But you rode a horse?
I rode a horse, bro. They put me on a horse.
Now, how often have you rode horses before?
This is the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. They have the trainer there.
Yeah.
And then they're like, put him on the small horse.
The horse is always the worst.
I know.
They're always the worst horse.
It felt racist because he like made eye contact. He was like, put him on a small one. I was like, is that safer? He's like, not really.
Yeah.
This horse is less racist.
Yeah.
We're like, I've seen Nope. Where are the black handlers?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Let me get a second opinion. Yeah, so like these people, they take care of the horses in the stables, and they really dress like they're out of the fucking Wild West. Even though they're in French Lick, Indiana. They talk with like straw in their mouths. They take their shit seriously.
Like, excuse me, cowboy.
Can you... Also, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Please don't leave me with a horse. But yeah, I learned how to ride a horse. I said some lines, and I filmed that like a year and a half ago. And I was like, oh, they're just not going to use it. And then I started getting hit up like, hey, I just saw you in a Visit Indiana commercial, which was fucking nuts. I was like, what was it? And then I started looking up on YouTube, and then I saw these 30-second clips that they did, these 30-second spots. And so I just started sharing those every time I found a new one. They use my black face a lot.
Whoa, yeah.
And if you can see, they use my racially ambiguous quote unquote wife. I was like, this is straight casting call shit. It was like, all right, we're both kind of youngish to middle age. We're both not white. And so there's your diversity aspect. Hey, people that aren't white, it's safe to come to Indiana.
They're like, well, we don't want to get too many of them.
There's a casino. There's horseback riding. You know how there's a beach, apparently. Yeah. I didn't see the beach.
No.
I had a line that said, let's go to the beach. I said, what beach? They're like, they made me do this line like 15 times. They're like, let's hit the beach. Let's go to the beach.
Let's have some fun.
The dunes.
The dunes, bro.
That's the only beach we have.
The dunes. That's not a beach.
There's sand.
It's actually
water.
It's actually a really nice beach.
Is it?
Like compared to like
I'll
lot
take
of them
your word for it.
In the Caribbean, like
Yeah.
it's got really good sand that's natural. Like
Yeah.
a lot of those places truck in the sand like just outside of the resorts and stuff.
What?
So like
Yeah.
it's got crazy decent sand. It's really nice place.
And no sea
Okay.
monsters.
That's nice.
I don't play in the ocean.
You ever seen 27 Hours Later or whatever? What was it called? Where he cuts off his arm?
That was not in water though.
That's what I think of when people are like, hey, come this way. It's
27
nice.
hours.
I promise.
It takes like 5 minutes.
Isn't it 72 hours? What's the movie I'm thinking of?
Yeah, no, with
72
James
hours.
Franco or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's
27
just
hours.
Any movie where
6
they're
hours.
like, hey, come this way. It's safe. in this dune or this cave. Dune 2, great movie. I just turned into Trump. Dune 2, great movie. Any movie better than Dune 2.
So what about? I think maybe you dropped the craft beer angle, but I'd watch a show of you just doing like travel to interesting places.
I should do that.
I'd watch that.
I should do that, but I'm not.
No, people don't see you travel. You're not what? We believe in you. You're the travel guy.
Thank you, Thaddaeus.
Of Indiana.
I should do like more. People are telling creators are comics. I hate saying creator, but that's what everyone is.
That's what we are now.
Pushing everyone to be a creator. They're like, hey, just like do some. Hey, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. This is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. Like, fucking with. Like, you got to be thinking about that all the time, apparently. And I really struggle with that because sometimes I just like to enjoy an experience.
It's annoying, yeah.
And not be thinking about content 24/7.
Do you feel weird when you make content, or has it gotten normal yet?
I've gotten better at batching stuff out.
Sure.
I'm not as good at like making it in the moment. Like there are times like I'm on the road. I was on the road all of July where I could have just been like talking to my own camera, video blogging, but I didn't do that. It feels phony to me. I don't know if that's a personal thing or just like something I have to get over. But that seems to be what the driving force of everyone's fan base is. Like they want to see what you're doing before you get to the show, what happens after the show. And it's like, fucking just come to the show. You know what I mean?
I like it. Like to me, if something pops in my head that's fun. I hate being like present in videos. Like I'd rather be like, hey, look at this meme or look at this funny thing that I made it.
Yeah.
But I'm
not in it.
That doesn't translate to what the algorithm wants. But like, I don't know, like Sarah Pop-Tarts, I feel like she just like her and Ben, they just have all these creative ideas.
I know, man.
And it's just
it's
like,
great.
it was like, yeah, if I could think of a sketch every day and do 3 of them, I'm like, I don't know how they make the time for it.
That's great. Like, she's so good that her name isn't even Sarah Huntington anymore.
Right.
He called her Sarah Pop-Tarts.
I don't dead name, all right?
You know, at Sarah Pop-Tarts, I don't dead name.
Sarah and Jerry Seinfeld movie.
I'm like, I'm envious of that, like, fucking passion. I don't have it to, like, my brain doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Even with, like, digestible bits, even, like, clipping up my stand-up clips. I was like, how? Because I'm long-winded. How do I take a 5-minute bit and make it a 90-second reel and still make it funny and get the gist? It's just...
I know there's been times where we like asked you to be on shows where it's like, hey, do you want to do like a 5-minute spot? And you're like, when have you ever seen me do 5 minutes?
You wanna hear me come in and introduce myself? Cool. You know Dwight's gonna go. Don't get mad at me.
He's about to drop a premise on
Don't
you.
He's gonna leave. Dude, doing auditions where you have to do like a minute of stand up. You guys done that?
No.
Dude, I did a stand up NBC audition and I
feel like this is the reverse BrewTube right now.
Cattle call.
Like, have you guys ever got auditions for NBC? No.
No.
Because you're failing.
Yeah. Call out my tour again.
No. That's a level of stand up where it's just in purgatory. You're getting auditions, but you're not getting the thing. But you're still stunning on comedians that aren't getting the audition. You're not getting the thing. Like you see on people's social media, it's like, oh, I was at the Laugh Factory. And like, there were 12 people there. I've been on those shows. Yeah. Yeah, you look good. Pan to the audience. Pan to the... But yeah, man, they make you do a minute of stand-up. And it was like, what? Why? Like, how can you really discern someone's point of view or who they are in 1 minute? Same thing with America's Got Talent. That shit's not. You're not bringing out a dog.
Yeah. You can't do America's Got Talent because you don't have a sad enough life.
I know.
You got a pretty good life.
My life is great. My life's great. Like now, I could make it sad and lie.
If something was to unfortunately happen to Megan and she wasn't with us anymore.
I know.
Oh, gosh.
I know.
After the appropriate grieving time, I think the first thing you do is go to America's Got Talent, and then you can be the sad comedian on the comeback.
Oh my gosh.
I just need everyone to know that I'm not laughing at that joke at my wife's expense.
Word.
No, yeah. Yeah, it
God
is like
forbid,
a
God
dead
forbid.
white. They want this tragic story, and it's just like, I can't even make people.
She could just go away for like 6 months, and like if you don't get it, then you just kind of give up the gimmick, right?
No.
You'd
What's
be like,
that?
she's gone to a better place. Aruba.
Her heaven.
That's the catch-22 with the white wife. It's like I get the sympathy, but I probably also get arrested. Where is she?
That would not be a good 6
No, it's
months
not
for
good.
you.
America's Got Talent from a jail cell.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's the
Natalie Holloway all over again.
the weakest rap album of all time.
I'm tired of seeing America's Got Talent. You know what I'm saying? It's too emotionally tear-jerking, and we know America's Got Talent. Like, we're doing pretty good in the Olympics. We get it.
Oh,
we
we're
have
whooping that
talent.
ass
We
in the
have
Olympics.
talent.
Yes.
We need Prison's Got Talent. America's Prison's Got Talent. Could you imagine like a tight barbershop or a dance crew?
Yep.
Do you get out if you win?
Yeah, you get out. Your sentence is over.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah, like
That's
he's so good. Like he's so good at singing. I don't even
You
care
get out.
that he burned that whole family. I almost forgot that he burned that whole house down. What did he do again?
There were 2 families in there.
But when he hit that high E, I was like,
Made me forget.
he's free.
They all have sad stories, but they made the sad stories.
I lost my wife because I killed her.
You could have them compete against like the families of the affected.
Oh, like a real family feud.
Yeah, like a real family feud. Yeah.
How was it that he was the only one to show up to the finals? I guess he wins by default.
And he's singing "Oops, I Did It Again." Very clever.
Wow.
2 points for cleverness.
That's not good.
So Dwight, we are really excited because you are going to be headlining Adult Summer Camp this August 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
I'm pumped, man. I'm excited. I heard great
you,
things last year.
Are you outdoors? Yeah, like what is your camping level?
Am I outdoorsy? No.
It's a joke about it. Have you heard of stand up?
No, I'm not outdoorsy.
at all?
He's never been outdoors.
I'm better now.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm the bug spray. I do like a fire, but like cooking on fire, it's not my favorite.
I feel like if you have to put technicalities on it, like, well, you know, like I think
Well, it's
you're
just
not.
it's like I'm better now. Like the answer's still no, but it's
Right.
not like I'll still go on a hike and I don't like complain as much being outside as long as I have all my shit. Like I got gear, you know what I mean? Like I know what a carabiner is.
Oh,
Good.
Like, I used to.
carabiner.
I didn't know what a carabiner was.
Yeah.
That shit
It
is
sounds.
sounds like a slur.
yeah, you're saying it like it's a
Yo.
slur. I know that out.
Yeah.
Yo, these carabiners just be out here in nature, bro.
He's saying it wrong.
These carabiners. No, as long as I got my carabiners with me,
All I heard was build
as
a
long
wall.
as I roll deep with carabiners.
Oh my goodness.
They're always
Are
intense.
you editing this in live time?
No.
dropping it off of the real time?
No, man, I'm pumped. It's weird to have two black dudes organize a camping retreat.
Is it weird?
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's odd. It was why I'm not surprised that you would do this.
It's up our alley, but I feel like a lot of people lately have been saying, "Oh, is this a swingers camp?" And I'm like, no. Did you think it was? Like, yeah, we thought it was.
Why?
I think the adult summer
the-
camp.
Yes. Yeah.
The word adult.
summer
The
camp.
adult kind of
Yeah.
throws it. It wasn't like it was an adult summer camp with 3 X's.
Yeah.
Adult summer camp with 3 X's. I could understand having some questions.
Adult summer scamp.
Yeah, there's no upside down pineapple. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
but
Right.
I feel like that's a better problem to have than people like that aren't old enough, you know, trying to get in.
yeah, we didn't.
Because like the
No,
other
you just-
direction is just summer camp, and that implies like for
the-
children.
Yeah, kids showed up.
No, but
it's
like that
there will
piques
be
people's
drinking.
attention.
There will be beer.
Yeah.
And wine available. There will be drinking. There will be adult conversations. I've heard your comedy. You used a couple swears.
I use some swears, and then you put adult summer camp, and then you put me and Kelly Collette on there like a Brazzers versus video.
Oh, it should be designed like a Brazzers ad.
It's not though, because that'd be more confusing.
No, it would be. Yeah, you're
You
right.
don't want that.
No.
Oh,
and
we
then
did-
you
we
say
didn't
it's
go-
not a yeah.
We didn't go interracial headliners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Interracial
I'm proud of you. You got a full Venn diagram of.
Yep.
This is like, I love doing it. I was just talking to someone. I did an outdoor show last weekend, and it was super fun. They usually never go well, because like the audience is distracted or like the sound's terrible. So I'm excited to see what happens here. I will be intoxicated. I will tell you this. Every time I've gone camping, every time Megan's taking me camping, it's just like an excuse to get drunk because I know I don't have to drive anywhere. I know I can just fall asleep in a tent in the woods and be safe. I don't get high and go on stage, not making any promises that that's going to happen at adult summer camp.
Well, we get it. It is like you're out.
Your boy might get giggly. Your boy might get tired, quote unquote. Dad,
you better not.
Dad might get me tired before I go on stage.
Well, come on. That's not a catchphrase. That we're even.
You guys can get your shirts. Dad got me tired at adult summer camp.
On it.
Oh no!
They were like, "What's that, swinger?"
I hate this word. I hate this. That's terrible.
It's not terrible. It's gonna happen.
What
nice shirt.
outside of drinking? Is there anything that you're looking forward to at summer? Did you go to camp as a kid?
No.
Okay, so this is your first camp experience.
I didn't go to camp as a kid. No.
Carmel camp.
Carmel camp. No. Good try. Good try. No.
I mean, because
I went to Carmel High School.
Correct.
No. Yeah, we didn't.
I figured that they would like be the camping.
It wasn't free, so my parents were like, "No."
Oh, they probably was like.
I worked at a bowling alley while everybody went to like camp.
Oh, you're getting.
You know, as a bowler.
Yeah, you had a 200 average, right?
I did.
I bought a.
Wow, everybody was learning how to build fires and rub sticks together and build a s'more. Great drink, by the way. Today, the s'more. What is it called?
It was the toasted marshmallow.
S'more.
Yeah,
s'more.
s'more.
Okay, let's go with that. Fantastic. While people were learning to do that shit, I was picking up 7-10 splits.
One time I told somebody that I worked with, I said something about bowling, and it was like, way to live up to the stereotype. And I was like, do you think there's a stereotype about black dudes bowling?
Who said that?
Just some guy that I worked
That's fucking wild.
Name one black bowler.
You can't just name random sports and be like, the blacks have come in here.
Yeah.
Did he think you said basketball?
No, it was bowling. And I was like, did you just make up your own racism?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think that's what happens.
I like it when you hear a rare one, though. Like, one time I heard, like, black people are scared of ghosts. And I just kind of thought...
that's true.
Like, but I thought everybody was, right?
I mean, I don't know.
We're more scared of ghosts.
Yeah.
Black people don't mess with anything
'cause we
demonic.
believe-
Bowling
Wait, this
is-
one's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, bowling is like wild. That's be like...
Yeah, okay.
They're like, hey man, I play chess. This nigga. This nigga.
Yeah.
But can I say that on this podcast?
Yeah, please do.
You're actually welcome to.
It's like four black people in the room. I gotta be like asking for permission.
We have
For my chess riff. For my chess riff. Hey guys, listen. I'll apologize to you after the podcast. I'm sorry. I got a lot of heat at the chess thing.
Yeah.
We get 3 N-words per show.
I just burned 2 of them.
Yeah, we got a counter going.
Can you imagine if like our sponsors did like give us a limit?
You get a printout every month.
Upland's like,
Like,
hey,
we're getting real close to the limit, guys. We need to maybe pull back a bit.
that was 4 niggas. You just used 4 niggas in one episode.
In the first
Tinker
5
coffee.
minutes.
Tinker coffee. Use promo code BRUNCH to get 25% off that first home order.
Drink it black.
Drink it like
Yeah, we like it black.
they Tinker coffee's great. We don't want to pull them into our shenanigans.
We don't want to,
you
but we're
already
going to. No, I like my coffee like I like. Never mind. I'm so tempted. It's just right
I
there.
like my coffee like I like my chess pieces.
Niggerish.
What the fuck?
And that's 3, ladies and gentlemen. It is a collective 3. It's not like everyone gets 3.
Don't clip that out, by the way.
I can't wait to see what this episode's called.
Let's call it licorice. Just
Usually Zach gets all 3 before the first half is over.
Yeah, it's kind of a relief somebody else is doing the lifting.
Thank God.
well, we've all been called it.
That's true.
That's true.
You ever have somebody do that shit to you on stage?
Not yet.
Kind of.
He has.
Yeah, recent or like when you were first starting?
She didn't call me it, but she called herself a honky. She's like, it doesn't matter.
You don't. Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
You don't do
Someone actually called me the N-word. I forgot about that. I kind of blanked that out.
Yeah, you gotta like
I was like,
protect
what are you
yourself.
talking about?
Or you don't want to get on stage.
Well, to be fair, I did ask her to say it.
Get the fuck out of my face.
But I didn't know.
That does not count. You
have to
can't be
understand-
like a call and action and then get mad.
You have to understand the joke. The joke is like, hey, I'm talking about the N-word. I pause and I'm like, you guys know what that word is? And then I'm like, all right, let's just say it all together, which is the joke. And everyone's like,
That is the joke. Yeah.
And then she walked in right when I said, hey, let's say it all together. And she's like, nigga. And I was like, whoa, did you just say it? She's like, no. And then I was at the bar.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and then I was at the bar later, and she looked at me and she's like, hey, by the way, I did say it. And I was like, damn. I said, damn. I said, damn.
Oh shit.
What do you do after that?
I don't know. I wish my story was as funny as that. I don't even want to follow that. That's fantastic. She's like, she doubled down.
Yeah, but I did say
I
it.
did say
It was like, I'm being naughty. Like, she's like, I'm going to have an extra martini. I'm going to have a little extra racism tonight. It's Friday. I'm naughty.
Give me that Friday dirty
Give me that-
martini.
I'm gonna have a toasted marshmallow s'more.
No kids tonight. I'm saying the N-word twice.
She looks you in your eye.
Yeah.
Yo, that's cold, bro.
Yeah, it was
That's
wild. It was wild.
You can't do anything because then if you react negatively, you look like the bad guy.
Absolutely. That's called being
you just
black.
Got, you just got. I know, but you're supposed to be in this position of like control on stage, and now like you got to decide.
What do I do?
Because it's a woman.
You should have just reversed Michael Richards.
Wait, what's
just
that?
have a breakdown.
You don't know the Kramer thing?
Oh, the Kramer. Oh, just start calling her honky? Now listen, you honky. You shut up now. Is that... He just ended up calling this dude the N-word.
A lot.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't have a breakdown. You have great decorum on stage. This is a good segue. You have great decorum on stage, and you can't have breakdowns.
Kind of like living there for a second.
You can't have breakdowns, even when like you're having a bad time at said Crackers Comedy Club.
Wow.
Which you just brought up on your Facebook, your Instagram. So this isn't something I'm putting out there, but someone just gave you a review.
Not just. I just found out about a review
from like 3 years ago.
Yes.
I was there.
Yes.
Yeah, I showed up late, but I'm glad I wasn't there for the whole thing.
I showed up late.
Yeah.
So I think I remember the night she's talking about.
Yeah.
Is it New Year's?
So tell the people what happened.
That night or with the story?
The review.
The review. So I woke up to a Instagram message that said, hey, you'll get a lot of followers. I heard about you on this podcast called Your Stupid Opinions. I was like, oh, I've never heard of that podcast. So I was like, let me check out this podcast, see what they're saying about me. Because they were like, you'll get a lot of followers. I was like, someone's saying something nice. What this podcast is they just read a bunch of bad reviews from across the internet. And this episode, they were reading reviews from Crackers Comedy Club in Indianapolis, which has a trillion one-star reviews. Like, they're reading the reviews, and I'm dying laughing because it's like the owner was so specifically mean to me. Funny comedians, okay drinks, owner terrible, 1 star. They're reading these, and then they get to mine, or they get to mine, and they're like, let me find it. And it's just, Dwight Simmons is the worst comedian I've ever seen. Ever. And it's like, I will never, I used to be a regular at this comedy club. I will never come to this comedy club ever again. 1 star, Karen. Her name's Karen Callahan. And I was like, why the fuck would that give me a lot of followers? And then I ended up getting like 500 followers and people hitting my DMs being like, fuck Karen, we watched some of your videos. You're super funny.
Yeah, you're actually
fuck this
funny.
Bitch.
He was right. What a weird prophet.
I know. I was like,
We'll get many followers from this.
I know. And then I was like, and then I posted about it on Facebook and I got more followers off of that.
Wow.
Then I was in South Carolina. I was in Charleston. and this dude just walked up with a framed review. That review framed with the 1 star. It's in like pink floral background, and it's got that. And he's like, I heard about this, so I came to the show. I was like,
whoa.
I was like, nothing fucking makes sense.
That,
dude.
yeah.
Nothing fucking makes
Getting
sense.
famous from a bomb. That's super wild.
Yeah, nuts.
It's kind of like what people were blaming Trump for doing. Like, hey, he faked that shooting. What we need to do is just stage a bunch of white people hating our show.
People have done that. People have done that. But
how
how about this?
No.
We put a bunch of hecklers in the crowd,
quote unquote,
and then we own them.
Oh no! Oh god, that was very specific. So that night at Crackers was a terrible show.
It was bad.
It was bad because
they were right with the review.
it was one of the worst weekends. I don't know what show she came to, but I guarantee you it was terrible. And it was not just me. I'm not just saying that, but it was the entire experience because I brought my parents to that weekend, and they were like, they couldn't get a drink. Like, her staff had walked out. She brung in guest sets to help serve drinks. She brought in Peter Hines to help serve drinks. He's not a server. He doesn't know like server tables. He doesn't know numbers. She's like, hey, take this to 42. He's like, I don't know what the fuck that means. He's halfway drunk.
He doesn't even know the number 42.
He doesn't even know.
He can't count that high.
God damn. So no one's getting drinks. And the show's just bad from beginning to end. And then we're supposed to do like a champagne toast at midnight. And I'm supposed to get off stage at midnight as the headliner. I get on stage at 11:42. I'll never forget that. She's like, do an hour. I was like, these people have been here since 10:30. You want me to do an hour? And she's like, can you delay the champagne toast? Like they don't know. Like it's 1981 and no one has a fucking cell phone. So I was pissed off at that. And I'm like, the first 10 minutes, I'm like actually trying up until midnight.
Yeah.
But I could just feel the energy is like all anger. Nobody's having a good time. And then I call for a bottle of champagne on stage. And then I bring people on stage, everyone that did a guest set. You know how when you want to have a tight show, you give 7 guest sets? Motherfucker. And then so I'm just riffing until all the checks are dropped. And then so part of Karen's review was like, he knew he was bombing, but didn't do anything to change it up. I was like, that's accurate. That's accurate. But the fact that she put it all on me is wild.
Well, I love it as the
absolutely
night,
crazy.
I love it as the night that keeps on giving because it's like you have that whole night, and then years later it comes back.
I did not know. So that night fucked me up real bad. Like I talked about it to some friends. I was like, it really fucked up my confidence because I was like,
almost made you quit comedy.
I was
just
like,
the guest.
I thought I could survive any situation. Like I thought I was good enough to be like, I can pull myself out of any situation and the audience out of it. Mm-hmm. That 2 shows was like proof that sometimes that shit's just out of control.
Yeah.
Mentally, like I couldn't get there to be like, all right, let's fucking handle this or keep going. And
spiritually,
if everything's working against you, if people are forced to get 2 drinks and it takes them an hour to get their first drink, but you're still going to hold them to that 2 drink minimum.
Yeah.
The comic can't really do shit about that. So the review was far enough removed that I found it hilarious when they read it on the podcast. Yeah. But in the moment I was like, oh, I was fucking pissed at the time. But now like, I'm like, that's the funniest shit.
Could you imagine like reading that right after you got off stage or like?
I would have lost my shit. Yeah, you need time. I would have lost my shit.
Time.
Tragedy plus time.
God.
People forget the time part.
I've not seen a comedian of like I'm not a big comedian, so like big comedians get shat on all the time. I've never seen like a local headliner get shat on. Like she took the time to be like, I will never come to another comedy show as long as I live.
You ruined her New Year's Eve.
She probably had
He
a
did not
candy.
have the drinks out on time.
Yeah. Oh man, that's
Wow.
probably the one thing they went out to do that year. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's he's black. He's got to be funny.
gotta be
This is gonna
funny.
be great.
Like I'm not a dude that's like, oh no, I've never bombed. Like bombs happen. You do this long enough. That was the fucking worst. That was the fucking worst. And I had been doing it for a long time. That's what's fucked up. It's
It
like,
wasn't a year one bomb.
no.
Well, people were still laughing, right?
I don't know. I had a bottle of champagne on stage.
Hey, let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
This week on the After Brunch Podcast.
Now, I'm not dissing anybody on this flyer, but I don't know half these people's names, and that's my fault. I know.
You know more than half.
I know. I don't. I know
Nate Robinson?
Yep, that's one.
Brad Listener,
I know that's two.
Max Haddad.
Nope.
You don't know Max Haddad?
He was on the show. That's ridiculous.
Interviewed him
Yeah.
recently.
Very
You
recently.
guys, amnesia is not something to joke about. Like, shame on you guys.
Join us at patreon.com/Harder Brunch.
Welcome back to the program. We're here talking with Dwight Simmons. And well, you know what, Dwight? We still love craft beer around here.
We do.
Oh,
You know?
hell yeah,
we
man.
haven't stopped drinking it.
I'm glad that you guys are. I used to have a joke where I was like Moses bringing black people to the craft beer promised land, and I was like, yeah, man, if I can get some. If I could walk into a brewery and not be the only black person, that would make me feel good. It didn't have to be like a bunch of us, because that would be that would be alarming to the good whites of craft beer. But it was just like
There's a
make eye contact
Goldilocks
with-
zone.
Yeah, there's a goal. This is the just right.
What is the just right number?
If so, my goal was like, yo, if I could do a TV taping and just like a bunch of black people in the audience at a craft brewery. There's this place in LA called Crowns and Hops that was big with the Black is Beautiful beer movement, Weathered Souls, Hoots. Like there's a ton of, not a ton, there's a few prominent black owned breweries. I was like, man, if we could just do a show there, film it, like sell it to the Travel Channel, that'd be fucking dope.
Brooklyn Brewery,
Brooklyn Brewing,
18th
like
Street.
18th Street, man. I wish their location was better. If you're listening, 18th Street, don't open up in a McDonald's, in a broke down Burger King. Can you get a real space because your beer is too good? Like, I was like, when they got that space in Indianapolis, I was like, oh, I could do a show here. And I walked in, I was like, oh no, this is a fucking fast food restaurant. This is not. This is bad. But man, yeah, that was the goal. Is like. Because there was no one that looked like me doing comedy in breweries that was also running shows in breweries.
Yeah.
So I thought there was a little bit of an opportunity to be like, hey, let's explore this market a little bit.
Yeah.
And explored it. I wrote for craftbeer.com. I did all this shit. Did a bunch of brewery shows, and it's just like, it's tough, man. I don't know if it's a Midwest thing or just a lack of interest thing, but yeah, it's gonna, like, I pitched it to a couple of different agents, and they're just like, interesting, but we're gonna pass. So
The thing about you is you stay working. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
You stay working, and no one can say, "Oh, Dwight doesn't work hard."
People
You
try
know?
to stop you a lot.
That's not, don't do my man like this. This isn't a gotcha podcast.
people try to stop you.
No, but like, you know, like you tried something that was different. You were afraid. You put your feet on the ground, and then it didn't work. But like, but like you worked hard while
God
you did it.
damn.
While you did it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's work ethic. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
You're still always working.
Man, you was kicking your feet in that water. You still
Yeah.
drowned, but that shit, it looked good.
I've never
I
seen
was like,
somebody thrash that much.
I know. I was like, he gonna have a heart attack and drown at the same time. He working hard.
Nobody can
No,
say
this
he's
is-
lazy.
He's choking. I'm not gonna help him.
He drowned a good death.
Yep.
He really earned that break.
I have a strong memory of doing one of your brewery shows, which I was very fortunate to be on, because every time I did a brewery show, one of your shows, they were great. They were always they're always packed audience, there to have a good time. But I remember I did one, it was either one of the last two ones that I did, And there was this girl that I had worked with in the audience, and she was the only person not laughing.
Oh no!
And it was just like, I mean, there was like, I don't know, 100 plus people in the room. Oh no! Everyone's having a great time, and all I can focus in on is why she's just sitting there, not even a smirk or a smile or anything, and it just threw off my whole.
That's
my whole
comedian curse.
Yeah.
You'll always focus in on the laser eye beam on the one person not laughing. Everybody's having a good time. You'll be like, why is that person not laughing?
But it felt even more personal because I knew her. You know?
Yeah.
It was like,
you're like,
I'm doing that next time. I'm just going to.
Don't do that.
Though that's how it
straight face.
It hurts.
I miss when you used to do that on this podcast. If I'll be honest about it.
He's like, he's still talking.
These are good days.
Wow.
That's
Everybody has rights now, right?
I couldn't have anytime Bridget was in the audience, I just told her, I was like, I can't make eye contact with you because I just look over.
That's boss. That's chef.
But she always laughed for my jokes.
Well,
Why didn't she laugh for your
She has
jokes?
different tastes, I guess.
Yes. Different tastes.
different.
Can you imagine if someone walked up to you like, you're just not my taste? Like, I like funny things.
You've never stood at a merch table before.
Oh, yeah.
And people just like, yeah. They said, keep going, man.
Yeah. I like that. That guy was funny.
No, I thought you were funny. I did. Yeah. I'm not going to buy nothing because my favorite is like, if I buy another coaster, my wife would kill me. I just can't.
That Wiley's and Dayton selling merch game will break your spirits.
You got to do it, but my God, is there a sadder room to sell merch or do comedy?
I remember I did the bit where I found a bunch of books in a green room that Kevin Pollak had. It was like his
that was
autobiography.
That was really.
And so
funny.
the whole bit was like, I'm selling books out there. I didn't write them; they're Kevin Pollak's, but I'll sign them for you.
That was funny.
Funny.
That's a funny bit. He didn't make no money, but I had to pick up his lunch the whole weekend because he couldn't sell no goddamn Kevin Pollak books. But the bit was funny.
But a dude came out. He was like, huh. And then he goes, you know what? I think I'm gonna buy that. And I was like, oh yeah. And he was like, on Amazon. And he pulls out his phone and starts ordering it
in front of you.
And right in front of me, I was like, I got it right here. Are you kidding me?
You got book cucks. That's book cucking.
Stop. That's
my crazy. God. That's rude.
Yeah, that's
actually
disrespectful.
Did you ever get the key at Wiley's?
What key?
Never mind.
The key to Dayton. The key that everyone gets.
Yeah. Several. I got them in gold. I got them in bronze. I got them.
We're not allowed to talk about that.
No, you can talk about them. If
you're breaking kayfabe.
I feel like if you walk into Wiley's and do stand up, he'll give you a key.
I thought you had to be good.
Is that what he told you?
That's what.
That's what he told you.
That's what I was making believe. That's why I tell everybody, like, what's that key? I'm like, it's only for the good ones.
You thought the ghost, speaking of ghosts, you thought the ghost of Dayton radio jingling keys cared if you were good or not? You thought
he probably gave
he
him
could
the
understand anything you could say in your set? Here you go, kid. I don't give these to everybody.
But
just almost everybody.
Almost everybody.
He didn't say you got a key because you were good. He said you're one of the good ones. And he gave you the key to the city.
He's great, man. He always promotes the show to one like. It's his own like. He likes his own post. But it's always like a digest of what's happening in Ohio comedy.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, this is happening. You can go see Mark Norman at this theater, or go see Wiley's. I think the show times are this. They may cancel 2 nights.
It's like if an influencer was in a total vacuum. You know, it's like you're giving out all the right information.
Yeah, but like
to no one.
But not like a Hoover, like a Roomba.
Yeah,
like the vacuum is very small.
Oh, yeah,
it's small. I haven't. So I got. Sorry, Dyke. There goes a future week for you. I got booted from Wiley's because I took a date at the Funny Bone in Dayton.
Oh no!
Oh, nice. Well, that's good.
Thank you. It doesn't affect you directly. It doesn't because
you asked me to go to the Funny Bone.
When?
I was hoping he went along with that.
Okay.
Like, sorry, that bone for Wiley's like, but I'm taking Thad to the funny bone.
Damn.
I was sitting here the whole time like, I can still feature the funny bone.
You hate the
It's
funny
not
bone.
ruined yet. The weekend ain't ruined yet. Come on now.
Dyke on record hates the funny bone.
I don't have several years of goodwill built up, but I couldn't. I love Wiley's, man. I love that club, but I couldn't do it anymore. It's like take the pay guarantee versus, because here's some inside baseball. Wiley's is a door deal, and Funny Bone, if you headline, is a guarantee that's higher unless you sell out Wiley's. Mm-hmm. Which how many times you've been there with me? Twice? Like, we're not selling that shit out. Like, fucking Bobcat Goldthwait can't sell that shit out. Like, it doesn't sell out. So take the guarantee plus a door bonus at the Funny Bone is an easy decision.
I will say it's sad because one of the favorite parts about doing that weekend was staying at the hotel with the black fraternity. The black fraternity.
We always got that week.
It was so much black.
We always got that week.
Black excellence.
Yes.
It's just all these old black dudes that have been in the same fraternity, and they all get dressed up and they're doing stuff, and so like we just look like we might possibly be in the know, like
they're looking at us like,
or something.
Where's your purple? Where's your gold? What the fuck? Nobody told you to.
Have some respect.
We're
for
wearing
yourself.
all black. Like, what the fuck? Nobody told you.
Let's talk about the food.
Oh no! You pulled up Wiley's.
Hey, let's talk about the food real quick. Whoa.
Yeah, let's talk about the food.
It's time for the Smoking Goose brunch breakdown. Smoking Goose is located at 407 Dorman Street. I can't with you, Sauce Boss.
Is it?
4 something Dorman Street.
Oh gosh.
I have no faith in the address anymore. I'm completely
It's on Dorman.
upside down. But I'll tell you what. If you find it, if you get over there, you're gonna be amazed at what you find because it's like Willy Wonka. It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but all the chocolate is delicious.
I'm going to say the
smoked
right
meats.
address, 411.
411. That's what I
Yeah.
said.
That's a couple doors down, man.
7-Eleven. That's what I said.
It's right there.
7-Eleven.
That's a couple doormans down.
It's right there.
Yeah.
I was in there this week, and man, they you can even get to go sandwiches. I get some really good sandwiches there. You get a lot of. You know what we need to bring back, gentlemen?
What's that?
Gentlemen.
You really want to romance a lady or a special person in your life.
Yeah, I could use some.
The art of
some advice.
Picnicking.
I've had a wife once at least.
You were married before. The art of picnicking, because I'll tell you what, most anyone likes is being treated to a picnic, a surprise picnic. You get some delicious Smoking Goose meats.
Yo,
You get a nice salami,
Yes.
sliced up.
They got
Salumi.
cheese?
They got cheese. They got all kinds of cheese in there.
I'm looking at anchovies on their fucking.
Oh, you get fish?
Canned fish.
Canned fish for your picnic?
You could romance Sauce Boss if you took him on a picnic with some canned fish.
Yeah.
It's an aphrodisiac.
Dude, this is a fucking great idea. I love this. I love this idea.
We don't need Zach any more aroused in the woods.
Yeah, we'll go play seals.
Yeah, you know what it's that.
Throw him a hot one.
do an impression of this. That's unnecessary. Don't do that ever again. Don't do seal impressions.
So, we did camp food for you tonight, and break the fourth wall here, but
Yes.
this is actually wasn't a brunch; it was a nighttime episode. So we did some more,
Sons of bitches.
some more dinner-ish food. So I did a beef stew for you.
Yes, you did.
And the description was like, "What did you make?" And I was like, "It's beef stew."
I was like, "What is this?" Before I dove in. Listen, I always trust Dyke's food, so like, I'm like asking him as I'm shoveling serving into my mouth. I'm like, "Yo, what is this?" And he's like, "It's beef stew." I was like, "Thank you for your service." And then it's fucking delicious. I love what you do. The like broth. I don't know if this is you or it's because Megan's been vegetarian for a while and been using vegetarian broth.
Yeah.
I got some broth with some real flavor.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll take you on a picnic. Motherfucker. Yo. And then the meat's always so fucking tender. Like, I love the way that you do it's like the care had chunky potatoes, which I like. I like my in my stew. I like the potatoes that have the chunks, but they're not hard. They're perfectly cooked. Great beef stew. I wanted a hot dog, but you invited a bunch of vagrants over, and I didn't get a hot dog.
You didn't get a hot dog?
I didn't get a hot dog.
Everyone ate one first?
No, yeah. I was balls deep in the stew.
I had 4.
He was looking me in my eyes with like a chili dog, and I was like,
you're right. You did have a couple of them.
Wait, that
didn't
doesn't
you?
even make sense because I only had one. I had the one.
I had one.
You had one.
Yo,
Casey had one.
is there one on the plate?
No, there's not any left.
Yeah, so I'm not lying to you.
Yeah.
Dad had 3.
Let's blame it on PFW.
I had as many as
I'm
I
sure
could
it's
have.
good.
They
I
were
know.
really good.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
did. You had
Doggone it. I thought
you
you
had
were
yours and you
I
had
didn't even check. Like, hey,
Dwight's.
did
I
this
know you
guy
didn't
have
check.
some? I
Thank you,
checked.
co-host.
I checked.
You hosted the shit out of this podcast,
Yeah.
bro.
I checked.
Yeah, no, you didn't check. You sat next to me and you're like, you hear the new Childish Gambino album, and then you stuff your face with 2 simultaneous Coney dogs.
Oh,
And then you're like, no, you did. I was like, oh my fucking.
Man, those look good.
Dude,
Those
he's
sure
like,
look
yo,
good.
man, I wish I had one of those. That would look great.
I like my
So how were the hot dogs?
The first 3 were great. By the 4th one, I was full and I spit it out. Okay. All right. I just can't do that many hot dogs anymore. I'm not as young as I used to be.
That's it. Well, then there was also peach cobbler, which, full disclosure, we're having an event coming up this fall called Coptoberfest. And
Say that again.
Coptoberfest.
I don't like that. Is that really the final thing?
It's a work in progress.
What about cob gobblers?
Nope, it's Coptoberfest.
Cob gobblers.
Because I get the play on words. Or the play on sounds, I guess.
No,
Not really play on
one
words.
is very gay and one is not.
It's a cob. It's a.
Which is, I'm just saying we're not hosting the cob goblin.
No, cob gobbling is activity at adult summer camp.
There we go.
It's not mandatory, but
But it's gonna be.
There's gonna be lots of dicks.
It's gonna be like the meat cake competition, except it's gonna be cobblers.
What?
Cobblers?
That doesn't make is it meat
fun.
cobblers?
No,
Oh,
it's just
dessert.
cobblers.
dessert.
It's just a cobbler competition, and and Thad's gonna
Cobble
be
your balls off.
That's gonna be. Well, here's I think to make it fair and fun, I think that Thad is gonna be the judge. He's gonna pick like the cobbler king, and then I think there's going to be a cash prize, and I think the only way to make it fair for the cash prize is if it's a group vote. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
No, I think they should be serving to my liking. If you want money, learn my
So,
personality.
what did you think of today's cobbler then?
It would have. If it was the only submission, it would have won.
Did it cobble your gob?
That makes sense.
If it was the, there was something else.
Why
next
didn't
to
you
it.
like the cobbler, Thad?
It
You're
was
driving me
lost.
fucking nuts.
It was cakey.
Wait,
It was cakey.
you ate like 3 fucking servings.
Listen.
You came
He
down.
ate 3/4 of it after he ate 17 hot dogs.
He did.
I
Hey,
thought
fact check. Yo,
Yeah,
go back to the
fact check,
tape. I know
fact
you
check.
got the tape.
Fact check. I didn't eat 17. I
He
ate
came
18.
down. He was cob goblin. The
just because there
gobbler
was
goblin.
no more. Yeah, everybody likes cob gobblers.
The cobbler goblin. That's
Listen,
you.
okay, here. This is. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
As a cobbler fan, I know cobbler.
Yeah.
You knew that one
Supposed
well.
to be cakey.
You can make it cakey if you like, but
Yeah, if you
Dyke,
want
I
it to
know Dyke has made dough. I've seen him do it with his hands. This was cake batter, basically.
You want a pie because like this is about making specifically what you want for the competition.
Yes.
So you want what, like a pie crust?
You want it to be equally parts doughy and crusty, so crumbly, and you want some of the cobbler goo to dampen and moisten the crust.
Moistening
so it's
is
supposed to
important.
be. You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
supposed to be a mesh of gooiness together.
Gotcha.
You want more of a grunt than
Yeah,
a
you
cobbler.
could have a little bit of a crisp on the top, but deep down under the second layer, the third layer, you
Sure.
want it to be chewing.
Just pure cobble.
And then if you're really smart, you put some of that cream, the whipped cream.
Yeah, the
that
cobble
mix that-
cream.
Yeah.
You don't take cobbler seriously,
Yeah, it
and
doesn't.
I'm offended.
Like that's real. I can see it through his heart-shaped glasses.
Dad,
but you see what I'm saying.
Dad, I'm gonna win this cobbler competition.
I actually have a lot of faith that you possibly will.
I'm listening.
So you need to listen.
I'm listening with my heart.
This was here. First of all, this was like the Mark 1. All right,
Gooey.
this is what got.
Would you call it a Mark 1 or a Mark 0?
This
Thad?
is what got Iron Man out of the cave.
This
all
is-
right,
yes,
this
yes.
got me out of the cave, and then now I'm gonna go back to America.
It was still effective as that ate several pieces of it.
75%.
Yes.
I would
He
say.
did eat a
Listen,
lot of
it
it.
had all the right ingredients, but they weren't meshed together in the way that I would have liked.
You barely
Sure.
choked down
Yeah.
5 servings of it.
barely. Barely.
What's gonna happen if you like?
I know. Hey, this has been great, guys, but let me go get some cobbler before Thad takes another piece before I can make it back upstairs.
Well, do you want to be a judge, an honorary helper judge?
I don't know if I can live up to the standard that you live up to because I'm not a dessert
What would
guy.
you have said about that cobbler?
I didn't have any.
It's about as good as the hot dog.
Is it? Okay.
Oh,
in that case, I don't know.
Time out. He doesn't even like cobbler. Boo this man.
I'm not. I didn't say I don't like cobbler.
You don't like Dyke's cobbler,
I haven't
You
had Dyke's
did.
cobbler.
Like that's
but
what
you
you said.
refuse to have it.
I did not refuse to have it.
What happened? There's something that you're not telling the people.
I didn't want to eat dessert before I finished my dinner, and I wasn't
Because
able
you
to
still
have.
thought there was going to be a hot dog.
Yeah, no,
he was hoping there was a hot
Yeah, I
dog
was like,
coming.
let me get a hot
fair.
dog
Dude, that
and some
hot dog
chili
was
before.
so
That's fair.
good.
You
I
saw-
could tell.
You
It
saw.
was better than
I've
the
never
stew.
seen your eyes open that. I know you're high. So I've never seen your eyes open that.
Wait, Thad, what
Well,
was the ranking for dinner? Like stew, hot dog, cobbler. If you
Hot
had to-
dog, cobbler, stew.
Good choice. Hot dog, cobbler,
But here's
stew.
the thing about this. I didn't taste the broth like you tasted it.
What do you mean?
What?
You tasted me like Dyke is really good at making broth. Like the other day, he was like, "Hey, I just made some." It was a surprise soup, and I ended up going. My stomach hurt when I went to bed because I had like 4 courses.
Are you saying that you like you don't have to eat vegetarian broth all the time?
I'm saying I
So-
think he's mad at Dwight because I think he phoned it in today.
God damn.
Jesus. I mean,
I'll promote the goddamn festival. Motherfucker. God damn. Jesus, man, I'm posting about it now. I didn't get a proper dap up or nothing.
got half-ass stew.
No, the stew is great.
It was
I would eat that
chewy.
stew.
It was good. That meat.
What do you mean chewy?
The meat was nice. And
It
tender.
really wasn't, though. It was
It was
tender.
Mine was tender.
It was, yeah.
It was tender.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I feel like I described it perfectly.
Yeah.
Sorry, you don't want to say chewy when it comes to stew, do you? I'm just learning.
You just
Well, you just
No.
described it correctly.
Texture was. I chewed it.
for how long? How long did it take you to chew it? Did you break it down in your bowl, or did you take the full piece?
It actually didn't take as long as I thought it would.
So you didn't chew it that long.
Probably 4 or
Pretty
5
tender.
seconds.
How do you order your steak?
Medium rare.
Okay. How long does it take you to chew that?
I mean, the whole steak.
Hey guys, I just want to say thanks for having me.
I usually take my time.
Drop a beat for me there, Sauce Boss. This podcast has ended with, well, I don't know, friendships may be over. Dwight Simmons, thank you so much for being on the program. Where can people find you and follow you on social media?
All my stuff's at DwightSimmons.com. That's on my tour dates, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm at Dwight_Simmons. And if you're a Facebook freak, just type my name in and hit that like button. I appreciate you guys so much. Love you both to death. And you. And you.
It always feels good
And
to be
you.
added on afterward.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like, I just, you got to hit the brothers first.
Daddy's Jay.
We slept together. me and Dwight.
Well, it's time for the revelations.
In Michigan, we slept together. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Not sexually. Friendshiply. Anyways, you can find me at Thad Mckee. That's Instagram. That's X. That's Twinker. All the above.
Zach Rowe.
You can find me at Zach_Roan on all social media.
Casey Campbell.
You can find me pre-chewing steaks for Thad at the Harder Brunch Summer Camp, August 23rd through the 25th in Brown County, Indiana.
Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Harder Brunch. Only $3. Get you access to our entire After Brunch library. If you thought Dad said the N-word a lot on this episode, check out an After Brunch. You're not going to like it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.